Hi everyone. I want to talk to you about something that I was thinking about this morning. Um, Now we know that there are many people that believe that there will be a rapture, and many people that believe that there won't be a rapture. And they believe that there won't be a rapture because they think that the rapture is the second coming of Christ. But for those who believe in the rapture, we know that there's a difference between the rapture and the second coming of Christ because of the way that the Bible has described it. But this morning, there was a verse in my mind that came to me. And as I was thinking on this verse, I realized that this verse proves that there will be a rapture. Now, if you think about it, if the rapture happens, who's going to go in the rapture? All those who believe in Christ, and of course, all the children. Because I was wondering about this a few days ago, and I was like, so if the rapture happens, that means all the children need to go as well, because otherwise they would be forced to take the mark of the beast, which is unfair because they would have no control over that. It would be their parents that forced them to take the mark of the beast. So therefore, it must conclude that children would be raptured. And then this verse came to me this morning, and it is in Luke 21, 21 verse 20. Now, we know the time of Jacob's trouble. That is when the Great Tribulation starts, because that is when Jerusalem will be surrounded by the armies and attacked. So listen carefully to what this verse says. So this is Luke 21, verse 20. But when you see Jerusalem surrounded by the armies, then know that its desolation is near. Then let those who are in Judea flee to the mountains, let those who are in the midst of her depart, and let not those who are in the country enter her. For these are the days of vengeance, that all things which are written may be fulfilled. Now listen carefully to this part. But woe to those who are pregnant and to those who are nursing babies in those days, for there will be great distress in the land and wrath upon this people. It says, woe to those who are pregnant and who are nursing babies. It doesn't say, woe to those who have children or little children. It's talking about pregnant mothers and those who have babies. Because in that day and age, there will be no children, because they would all have been raptured already. So that just made me realize that there definitely is going to be a rapture. And this verse proves it, because it says, it doesn't mention anything about children. It mentions babies and those who are pregnant. And we know that, obviously people, they're not going to stop making babies during the tribulation. People will continue to have children and have offspring. But this verse shows that there are no children who will be taking part in the destruction of Jacob's trouble, Israel's trouble, the trouble of Jerusalem being attacked. So I found that verse quite interesting. So other than that, I just thought I'd mention that to you all. But yeah, it's very interesting. Very interesting. For the last couple of months, I've just kind of been thinking about, the Lord and the rapture, and I've just been wondering, when will his return be? It's such a mystery. We really just have to wait and see. But if any of you have some interesting revelation that you'd like to share, I'd love to hear about it. But until then, until next time, have a blessed day in the Lord, and know that the rapture is going to happen soon. Things are still escalating in the Middle East, and before you know it, it will be the time of Jacob's trouble. We're still waiting for the red heifers, and I did hear that they need to be sacrificed before September, otherwise they will be too old. And there's a lot of people who are very against this, but we must understand that the Jews, most of the Jews, they are not Christians. They are still in their old ways. And these are still the customs that they practice, These are the customs that they have always practiced because they don't believe in Jesus Christ. But it is written that these things need to happen. They need to do these things in order to purify the Temple Mount, in order to build the third temple, which the Antichrist will use at some point to declare that he is God. So all of these things must be fulfilled. So yeah. Anyway, have a blessed day in the Lord, and I'll speak to you all again hopefully soon.